This is ANN News Brief.
Good afternoon. I'm Lucy Adeyemi. The federal government has extended the registration deadline for the National Identity Number, NIN, till February the 9th. The government says NIN collection rate is at an average level. So far, nearly 48 million subscribers have submitted their identification numbers. Minister for Communication Issa Pantami said earlier this week it is now mandatory for diplomats residing in the country to also register. Pantami said capturing centers have been set up at the Foreign Affairs Ministry for that purpose. The European Union, EU, says it is concerned about the continued harassment of politicians and civil society activists in Uganda after last week's general election. Opposition presidential candidate Robert Yagulanyi, a pop star turned politician known as Bobby Wine, has alleged being under house arrest in the capital Kampala since Friday, with soldiers laying siege on his home after he began disputing the results of the presidential election. The incumbent 76-year-old President Yoweri Museveni was declared winner of the election. He has been in power since 1986, and the poll was his 6th elective term. Media report the vote was marred by harassment of opposition candidates, suppression of media, and a nationwide internet shutdown. In a statement, the EU Council of Ministers called on the Kampala government to restrain its security agencies, investigate allegations of abuses, and bring to account all those responsible for violations. EU ministers have said the internet shutdown disrupted the work of journalists, observers, and polling agents expected to monitor the election. On Wednesday, human rights organizations in Kenya asked international and regional bodies to set up a mediation team to address alleged election malpractices in neighboring Uganda. The activists under the banner of African Elections Watch say unresolved injustices during and after elections may cause riots and widespread human rights violations across Uganda. The activists say if no action is taken now, African leaders seeking fresh presidential terms may be emboldened to rig elections. We'll be right back.
We are on the road every day, canvassing throughout Africa for news you really need. We follow the story everywhere, from every corner of Nigeria to the wide African expanse. We bring you what's making headlines. We connect you with news you can use. ANN, African News Network, in a truly African spirit.
The Rwandan capital, Kigali, was plunged into a fresh 15 days lockdown on Tuesday to curb the coronavirus spread. While the city of Kigali and other regions are in the process of preventing the spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, some residents are urging their colleagues to fear the pandemic and implement the existing regulations. This comes as some continue to make unnecessary movements contrary to the existing regulations. Across the neighborhoods, in the small and big streets, there is still the flow of people. There are those heading to the markets, hospitals, and others sitting or walking around. Those who witness this kind of behavior are criticizing it.
There is no one who doesn't fear the pandemic, but due to their standards of living, one can't sit home without something to feed their family. I think there is a need for more advocacy and more action should be taken against those that violate the regulations.
That is ANN News Brief at 1. For details on these and other breaking stories, visit our website, annafrica.news. Conversation continues on our social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at ANN Africa TV. I am Lucy Adeyemi.